YouTube, Kaniga here, coming at you with another review. This time I'm going to be reviewing the Dark World Structure Deck. As you all know, it came out this Tuesday, and so far it hasn't made big of an impact yet, but I'm still thinking that they're trying to perfect the overall build to give it some more consistency. Ohio finished up and Billy Breaks champion once again. That's pretty cool. Congrats to him, He did well, and what we got to give it to him. But anyways, on to the actual review. The deck itself is pretty good. It comes with all, like, at least each one comes with one of every Dark World monster there. So you probably need about 2 to 3 so you can play the deck. And of course it's got some pretty key spells and traps that you would need, like the Gate and this other one called like Darks. I forgot what it's called. It's a trap card and it's pretty interesting enough. But anyways, let's go through it all. Let's see. We've got, of course, Greffa, the boss monster. He's pretty awesome. He's got 3 effects, 2 of them which are very, very useful. The third one's kind of a liability, but if it ever does go off, it will and can get pretty nasty. You get Snow, which is just another pretty cool. She's new, another pretty good monster that comes with the deck. And then we've got I guess it's Ceruli Guru. He's not so hot. You get the common Zero, which had been out for a long time, and then the Renge. You get Scar, and you get Khaki, and Gren, all of which are, whatever. Brow, which is pretty sought after for a good while. His alternate version, like the Ultimate's probably worth quite a bit. Beige, Brawn. Like I said, you get one of every single one. Silva, Gold, and Rainbow. All standard. And you need at least, you would need at least, 2 copies of this structure deck to get them all. Belial, just another reprint on old from Phantom Darkness. Never really got a lot of play. I'd been around quite a bit, just never really expensive, but it's cool to have. He looks pretty epic. Tragoedia, awesome to have now that it's up to 2. Very, very good, very strategic, and it's just very useful for a lot of the players that can't get a hold of the ultra rare or the ultimate rare on top of that. Tragoedia, it's a great common. A great reprint of Sangan. Sangan hadn't had a reprint in a good while. It needed that, really. New Doria. Cool battle trick. Never really saw that much play, or hasn't seen play recently, but a long time ago he had his days. One Goblin King, kind of gets scared when you get a lot of fiends in the graveyard, which is pretty much what you do. Another battle trick, Grave Squirmer, just straight up destroys, I believe, any one card on the field. Yeah, just any one card on the field, target and destroy it. I believe it's even mandatory. Card Guard, just another card. Also fits the Fiend Dark. And then another Fiend Dark Battle Fader. Always great to have copies of this, multiple copies of the Battle Fader. Always great to have. Can never have too many. On to the spells. We got the Gates of Dark World, just a straight up field spell. Lets them do some pretty nasty stuff and lets them go off. Dark World Lightning. It's another great card for the Dark World. Straight up destroy face down and discard a card. 2 gateways, or gateway to Dark World. It's actually pretty good for the deck. Dark World Dealing, draw 1, discard 1. It's a great card for that deck, and a lot of people have tried to use that card in other decks to some extent. Allure of Darkness, always great. Too bad you can't, say that you don't have any darks in your hand and then just pitch them all to the grave. That'd be pretty broke. 1 Card Destruction, great card. Hasn't had a recent reprint, although it hasn't seen much play up until now also. 1 Terraforming, always comes with decks that are like other structure decks that need their field spell to do some cool stuff like Dragoonies and whatnot. It's always included in there. 1 Dark Eruption, straight up gets you a dark monster 1500 attack or less from your graveyard back to your hand, which is always good. Dark Scheme, really good. Your opponent can discard 1 card to negate it, but if he doesn't, You both discard 2 cards and to draw 2 cards. It's pretty heinous. Either way, it's kind of like a win or lose, however you want to see it. Because more than likely your opponent won't want to discard that 1 card to stop that. But if they have a handful of cards that are worth keeping, then they probably would. The Forces of Darkness, get some more Dark Worlds from your grave back to your hand. Another good reprint, Deck Devastation Virus. Hadn't seen this in a good while, and it looks pretty good in common. Although with all these cards, I hate the strange new wording for them. It makes the cards very weird. I really don't like it, but whatever. Eradicator Epidemic Virus, another cool reprint, although that one was more common. Mind Crush, for those of you who don't know, this card originally came out in, I believe, is Rise of Destiny. That was like a long time ago. So seeing this as in a reprint is really good. Dark Deal, meh. Transmigration, this hadn't seen a reprint, I don't think, ever, unless it came out like in a Dark Revelation pack, but it's a good card nonetheless. I've been teching it in and out of a lot of decks. Escape from the Dark Dimension, always really good. Gets one you remove from play darks, special summon to the field. And last but not least, Dark Bribe, which is always good. Just straight up negates spells and traps. Makes your opponent draw a card, but it could be pretty important. Say your opponent wants to solemn something you've got, they pay the life points, and you can just negate it and make them draw a card. Just pretty bad. But as for the most part, the deck is worth getting. Not only if you just if you want to play and experiment with the Dark Worlds, which I recommend. If you're a new player, give it a shot. Shouldn't be too hard to build. There'll be some things that'll be pricey to get, like the tour guides and whatnot. But if you want to start off, you always got to remember this is just a game, and it's intended for fun. So enjoy it. Enjoy it. And as for the reprints, Trigoidy is great. And so is Battle Fader, and a lot of select other cards in here. So this is worth getting at least 2 of, and maybe up to 3 later on down the road. It is definitely worth getting to 2 to 3, and I recommend it for anybody that's starting out or whether you've been playing for a long time. Until next time, rate, comment, subscribe, and peace.